never really had that great mentor to walk me through what it was like to be a good trainer or to put tools in my toolbox. So fast forward to over the last couple of years, working with Professional Canine, we started our company. And one of the things that we wanted to do was be that dog training organization and group that other people would reach out to. If someone had a question, we wanted to be that person that we're more than happy to share knowledge.
You think you said you had some not the best mentors in the beginning, and I was very blessed to have the opposite, man. 34 years ago when I started this, I had some amazing mentors, and I didn't have to mess around and take years to figure out what I was doing wasn't the best way to go about things. So, before there was, I travel a lot, man. So I'm always looking for, services and goods, bro. So you got to show me who your barber is in Columbus when you get there.
Hey, everybody, and welcome. So I'm Leanne Shinton from Automation Dogs, a software CRM for dog trainers. And this is my first podcast where I have multiple people on the podcast. So I hope I don't mess it all up. But I would like to introduce you to our amazing guests. We've got Sam Given from Professional Canine. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Leanne.
Hi. And not just Professional Canine, but also Professional Canine Trainer Development Conference, which is coming up in Ohio in November. And we also have on our podcast today, Justin Rigney, who is going to be the keynote speaker for that conference. Welcome, Justin.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing good. I am in Connecticut at the moment, and it's pouring rain, and I'm here with Rebecca. She's on mute right now. She's not allowed to speak. She's in timeout. So
okay, I'll sign language to her. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. So, Sam, can you tell us about yourself and how this came about to create this conference to help dog trainers?
Sure. So just a little bit about me. I've been training dogs for about 20 years. Unfortunately, early in my career, I did not have great mentors. So a lot of the information and training techniques that I was using was stuff that I've read about, researched on my own, or watched someone else do. But I never really had that great mentor to walk me through what it was like to be a good trainer or to put tools in my toolbox. So fast forward to over the last couple of years, working with Professional Canine, we started our company. And one of the things that we wanted to do was be that dog training organization and group that other people would reach out to. If someone had a question, we wanted to be that person that we're more than happy to share knowledge. We'll never say no to another trainer. If you have a question, we're going to try to answer it. If we don't know how to answer it, we know who to reach out to, obviously, to get those answers. So one of the things we found throughout the industry was for the basic trainers, your pet trainers, and new trainers wanting to develop and advance, there wasn't a professional conference. If we look at our working dogs, our law enforcement dogs, our handlers, there's always the SHOT Show, there's HITS, there's Canine Cop, all these different organizations that put on professional development courses or professional development conferences. So myself and our other trainers got together and thought, wow, what better way to highlight what Ohio can do and the outstanding trainers that we have than to develop a conference. So we came up with the Professional Training Development Conference for 2025. We got some of the top trainers in Ohio, and obviously we got Justin coming in as our keynote speaker. So we're excited about the networking opportunities and the fact that we developed a conference that's designed from someone wanting to get into the industry to people that have multiple certifications, 20, 30 years experience, and even people who may come in who are law enforcement and handlers. They just want to learn more about how they handle their dog and how that training works. So that's kind of how it started and where we're at. So we're really excited about what we got going on.
Awesome. And I've already booked my hotel.
Yay.
It was pretty easy to find the information and get signed up. I think, Justin, you've also got it on your website.
Right on.
And if anybody wants to check out Justin's site. It's canineservicesunlimited.com, because I think I forgot to mention that is your main website and business.
Absolutely.
So,
Sam, I travel a lot, man. So I'm always looking for, services and goods, bro. So you got to show me who your barber is in Columbus when you get there.
Hey, only if you hook me up with your trainer at the gym.
Actually, my mentor, my dog buddy, lives right there in Pinkerton, man. So I'll have to introduce you to him. He's a brilliant doctor, brilliant sports medicine guy, trainer. So for sure,
Nice.
he's
Yeah,
coming. He's
we
coming to the
actually.
conference.
Oh, that'll be outstanding. We just
Yep.
had Brian Dell in Baltimore, Ohio, right down the street from Pickerington. He
Nice.
was a kennel master for the Air Force. He's signed on. He's going to be one of our speakers now, so we're excited about that.
Oh, very cool.
He's with K9, so we're really beefing up the trainer side and the speaker side. Now we just need to really key in on all these trainers who are constantly going through the Facebook groups, right? And I know you
Yep.
guys see it. You go through these Facebook groups, and there's like 15 of the exact same question within 20 minutes of each other. And It's like no one's sharing knowledge. And how do we become better mentors than to do something like this?
It's a great opportunity, and
will people?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Justin.
It's just an amazing opportunity, man. And you touched on it before we went live. Is that you think you said you had some not the best mentors in the beginning, and I was very blessed to have the opposite, man. 34 years ago when I started this, I had some amazing mentors, and I didn't have to mess around and take years to figure out what I was doing wasn't the best way to go about things. So, before there was YouTube and social media and all these things, man, and you had to really hustle and search for information, and it had to be credible. Now that this generation is faced with the polar opposite, which is equally as challenging about what is relevant, what's not AI, what's not good editing, and what's just not cut and paste chat GPT nonsense, right? Like, and with so much with social media, I get into it too. Like we're always chasing content. We're always trying to develop content and put things out there that are highly digestible and attractable to our market. And it's a challenge to do that. And a lot of times you'll put some information out there, and then somebody tries to hijack that post and draw all kinds of attention to themselves. And it's a wild kind of like effort, and there's no better way for me than learning in person. I can't retain anything I read. I've had a documented learning disability my entire life, so reading is out for me. I'm a hands-on visual learner, and I think conferences like this really give the opportunity in a short amount of time to hit a golden corral buffet of information that you can really put in your toolbox that could be overflowing by the time you leave. And the flip side of that is digesting all of that and going through it and sifting it and try to figure out your own way, So, but man, I'm happy to be a part of it, and I'm really looking forward to getting up there.
Yeah, we've had numerous people reach out just for Friday night because they're all excited about what you're bringing to the table. What better way to start off the Friday night of the conference with a catered dinner, networking, and then have somebody like you come in and share that knowledge that first night just to set up that learning curve for the next day. And for me, that's what I have to do. I have to come in personally that first day and get excited. And if I can get excited that first day, then the rest of it's just like drinking out of the fire hose.
Yep. How many people do you anticipate coming?
Well, we're set up that we can host right now about 150.
Cool.
We would like to have people on a wait list. If we can get over 150 for the first year, it'll be a huge success for us. That's kind of what we're looking at. And we've got right now. I've got a couple coming in from Texas, some people coming in from Indiana. So the word's getting out there, and I wish I traveled as much as you do, but seeing how dog trainers in different regions run their businesses from a business standpoint and how they interact with the clients completely different from region to region. And it's fascinating to get those people to come in and get their perspective on what's working and what's not working for them.
I just wanted to add, from my perspective, I've been training dogs for like 37 years. I try to surround myself with the best of the best because I want to keep evolving and getting better as a trainer. And I'll go to a seminar now and I may not get like every little thing because I know a lot of stuff, but that one takeaway, it can change the way I train my pet dogs, make things more efficient. Like I'm always looking for stuff that's more efficient. Just that one takeaway could just bring so much value to your programs. So
Yeah,
definitely, whether you're a new trainer or experienced, I'm sure you'll get something from this.
yeah, to me, that's that golden nugget, right? If when
Yeah.
you go to these professional development courses, if you can get that one golden nugget, then it makes the entire weekend worth it. And on top of that, we got the trade show coming up. We're going to have a trade show in conjunction with the conference. And one of the courses that I'll personally be teaching is how to use your retail to develop your clients, using that retail base to enhance the actual training part of it. And we came up with that idea is early on when we built our company was people were asking us for our products that we were using in the training realm with their dogs. So we decided to go ahead and enter into contracts and start marketing those. And when we did that, it actually just, our business exploded with people not only asking for the retail side, but it opened up a whole different pathway for us on the training side. So that'll be great to see this time around with how many vendors we have coming in.
That's awesome. So there'll be vendors with like muzzles and leashes and things like that?
Yeah, so right now we have Kinetic Food will be there. I think they're one of our dinner sponsors. Automation Dogs obviously will be there. So we're looking forward to having you. But we have Dog Truck, Rex Specs Dog Line, E-Collar Technologies, Dakota Kennels, Ruffland. Trying to think off the top of my head, those are the big ones. Oh, Ray Allen will be there. They'll have some products, or at least one of the representatives will be. So we hope to have a pretty good mix of sport dog equipment and pet owner equipment for the trade show. And what we're going to do is Friday, that's open to participants only. And then Saturday and Sunday, we're open the trade show to the public. So anybody as a vendor that wants to really set up and just reach out to some different people, we got opportunities for them also.
Outstanding.
Very cool.
Go ahead, Justin.
No, I just think it's amazing, man. And, we talked about, I think it was, I forget if it was in your initial introduction or it was before we went live, about there's a lot of working dog conferences out there and there's so much value in those. And then we mentioned there's not a whole lot on the pet side. There are some, but there's not a whole lot. And in any arena of training I get into, whether I'm working with a police department or SF group or, even a mom and pop dog trainer, I always say, if you want to really learn how to train dogs, train pets. Absolutely learn how to train pets. That's going to give you such a diverse background of working with so many different types of dogs at different drive states, different motives. I mean, there's some dogs that don't even look like they want the air to go in their lungs, let alone take your treats and your cookies and your praise. So when you can get a dog in your program that's super nervous and has no desire to connect and communicate, and then have that 180 flip and then have the dog leave the program thriving and understanding its job, but also understanding it's got to do its job that it's been taught, and there's no loss of motivation there. So when you learn how to do that, so whether it's sniffing out C4 or tracking bad guys or biting with everything in the dog's genetic potential, it's dogs are dogs and it's training is training. And the end application does change some dynamics, but it's you want to learn how to train dogs, absolutely go with pets for sure.
Yeah, and Justin, that's one of the things that I get asked a lot, and I'm sure you do on your side, is I'll have new trainers ask me what they have to do to break into law enforcement training, right? And they think that they're going to make their fortune trying to train law enforcement dogs or personal protection dogs. And what they don't understand is that's not my bread and butter. That is not my bread and butter at all. My bread and butter is the other 50 to 100 clients that we go through, and we're training for 2, 3, 4 weeks with their pets.
Yeah.
And then they get the bug. They get that drive that the dog's learning. Now they go, hey, can you teach them how to do X scent? Or can we do barn hunts? And we just keep building off of that clientele. And that's really where the bread and butter of this industry is. Unless you're one of those top tier guys who's got imports coming in and, multiple contracts. And those are hard to get into.
Yeah. There's a lot to be said there, man. It's about all I know. The working dog side is my passion. I've barely been able to monetize it other than teaching. As far as like producing police dogs, selling them, it's a very, very dangerous game. Like when I first started this shit, there was none of this performance guarantees. And you would select the dog, you take it to the vet, it's yours, and that's it. Like there was no safety net. And it forced you to be a good trainer, and it forced you to see a return on your investment, whether you're buying a protection dog, you're an agency purchasing multiple dogs from a vendor. And I don't know where it came out, man, but now they want this year guarantee. They want 2 years on health. They're going to bring a dog back to you day 365.5, and with 364.5 broken, and expect you to replace it for a full refund or a new dog. And I don't know how you make a living that way, man, because you don't know where these dogs are going. And the dogs have changed so drastically over the years. Like you couldn't break the dogs of yesteryear. They'd break you. Now it's the total opposite. So yeah, tough business, man. And I never try to minimize people's dreams. I always tell them, go for it, find it, chase your passion. But just know it's a very difficult industry to monetize. And as far as like decoying was my niche into this world, and I loved it. I was an athlete back in the day, and it was a natural gravitation for me, but it's got an expiration date, and I feel it today at 52 years old, 30 plus years in the suit, a bunch of real bad car wrecks as a cop and sports injuries, man. Like if I don't put that suit back on, I'm not going to be crying about that, right? Like I got friends like Carlos Ramirez and some other, guys who are amazing in the suit. That I'm like, bro, like years ago, I told Carlos to go, bro, find another revenue stream. Because at some point in time, your body will tap the fuck out, and not be able to maintain that level of proficiency. And the guy's a ninja. And I got this young kid here that's come to a couple of my classes. I've known him since he was 16, and he's 18 now. And I'm even telling him like he's made out of rubber right now. Like he can catch dogs all day. He's not going to get hurt. I go, bro, 10, 15, 20 years from now, if you stay in the suit, you're going to be looking for another way. So be diverse. That's always my recommendation, is to be diverse. And that happened to me by accident. I just, like you said, I've got a lot of experience in pets and working dogs, tracking, detection. There's parts of this dog world I've never played with, seeing eye dogs. And I've only let my lab launch herself off a dock. So I don't know a whole lot about dock diving or a whole lot about agility, but be diverse is the long, short story.
Yeah, I truly think that that's key. And Leanne and I were laughing about it before we started the podcast. I was doing LE training last week and was in the bite suit, had a big Dutchie get through the suit. And at 60 years old, those bites hurt more and more every time.
Shit, yeah. Yeah, I was working when I really decided to like semi-retire from it was a couple of years ago. I was working an IGP dog, caught the dog, started doing a drive, and both hamstrings pop up like back to back, like
Ooh.
Done enough. Like, yeah. It's my passion. I love it. And I miss it. And, Rebecca's raising this young puppy who's got all the potential in the world. So I get my little taste there. And then, I'll work dogs in the bark fence for, a few dogs in a row. Then my neck, back, and shoulders to remind me about who I am right now, not to do that shit anymore. But
yeah, exactly.
Sometimes the mind plays tricks on you.
I just wanted to add to, because it's very bro in here. So Rebecca and I, I find that a lot of times I will get the Saseer dogs, and I get the Saseer clients too, who, they're easy to make cry. And over time, like at first I got into this business because dogs are so cool. And I'm like, oh my God, I love dogs. And I had to know all the breeds and but then it evolved into like, I'm helping a family with their dog off leash and all this stuff. But then I really niched down to my ideal client is the fur mummies with their little sissy dog that it's tougher for a guy to maybe get a relationship going with that dog. It's a little easier because us girls are a little softer, just in demeanor and voice and such. And so that really became my niche, was handling and working with these sissy dogs. So, just wanted to mention that, it's good as a dog trainer. I've evolved over the years, and it literally was probably more recently where I really realized my who was these ladies, these families with this sensitive dog with lots of anxiety and So just wanted to kind of share that, because when we're trying to find and make money off of this, it's really good to identify the who we're trying to help so that we can create the what that they're going to need and is going to attract them.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, because really, one of our trainers, Jessica, she's like the small dog whisperer. She owns all Shepherds and Mals, all she has. But I cannot get a small, Havanese, Pekingese, your little Spaniel. They just look at me like, no, I'm just not going to do it. She walks in the room within 15 seconds. She's got them doing a down and a sit and a stay. And it's a complete different communication. And really, it kind of goes back to what the idea of the conference was, is we have female speakers coming in to talk about how the industry is different for them than it is for males. So I think, what you're talking about is ideal for those trainers to learn that there's a whole spectrum of dogs. There's a whole spectrum of how we have to communicate with the clients and with the canine. And I think, Justin, it was, I just watched one of your videos today was talking about communications and then how to develop that drive and what you're communicating to the dog when you're working with them. And that's huge for trainers to understand, is every time a dog looks at you, you're communicating something to that dog. Not every trainer knows what it is that they're communicating.
Absolutely. And I have a lot of videos of little fluff balls, man, little bougie things, little designer breeds doing like thriving. And, I'll put whether it's a shepherd or mal, like healing with her head, cranked backwards and doing cool bite work. Yeah, cool. I'll put a little fluff ball. That stuff goes viral. So, but the problem is the marketing side. Like I show up on a consultation, they think I'm going to eat their dog. Right. That's why I send Rebecca over there to soften the blow a little bit. So, but no, it's absolutely, man. And, again, you can make a little fluff ball dance like that, man. That's dog training for sure.
Yeah.
Because those little things operate on a little bit
Absolutely.
different nerve, the little different line, key of nerve. So, cool, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting there and kind of speak the gospel. And I don't have anything scripted, man. I'm just going to go off the top of my head and see what flows. And will there be the opportunity for people to ask questions during the lecture or the keynote speech?
Yeah, I think really kind of how we have it set up right now is we're going to have you start about 4:00. Just kind of go through information you want them to have to get them excited. We'll break for dinner, and then you're going to come back, and we'll open it up to some question and answer and just free flow kind of, let's see where it takes us. Because that's what I'm excited for, is to hear what people out there sitting at dinner tables are talking about. And then they start throwing out questions and scenarios and see where we go with it. Because that's how I learn. It's my learning style.
Love it.
So that's kind of the idea, I think, for that Friday night for me.
Cool, man. No cookie cutter presentations here. I don't think I've ever done two of the same.
No, and I told all the trainers on this one is keep the PowerPoints to a minimum.
Yeah.
People don't want to sit up there and look at slides for an hour.
For sure.
Engage with the classrooms. Take the questions. Build your classes to where you're really getting the interaction. And I think we have to line up to do it. And I know, Justin, some of the people like Travis Lloyd. I think you were just up to his place in Cleveland not too long ago.
Yep.
He's going to be there. Mitch Christensen, Christian Academy coming in. Mitch is great. The one I'm excited is Dr. Stacy Sinwald. She is a therapist. Is her full-time job, and she integrated her dog business into her therapy business. So she actually trains therapy dogs, and then has them work with her clients, and then also does different pets. She's an amazing person and incredible communicator.
Very cool.
So it's going to be fun. Just that whole different perspective of somebody that's not necessarily a full-time dog trainer, but how they integrated it into their business. And then obviously we're going to have some business classes.
Will you have speakers on any of the like business side of running a dog training business?
Yeah, so I think you and I talked. I would really like to have you do one of the communication courses I'm doing on how to market and communicate with your clients. I think that'd be a perfect thing to have you come in and tag team that one with me. Explain the software, your business, and how you can really help those businesses grow exponentially. So I think we'll have that one. We have using retail to market your training business, which I think is going to be huge. And then we have an accountant coming in, if we have enough interest, to teach people how to set up their LLCs and what they can use for tax deductions and stuff, which is huge. I think as a business owner, we leave a lot of information on the table.
Yeah, with dog trainers, I find that we're going after dog training seminars and being around dog trainers, but it's equally important to put that same amount of effort into learning about running a business.
Oh, absolutely.
So that sounds fantastic. So how can people get signed up, Sam?
So we have all of our marketing out on our website, professionalcanine.com. So you can go out to our website under events. We're there. We have our QR codes that take you directly to the Eventbrite sign up. So it's really easy to get to. Go to Eventbrite, just type in Ohio Dog Training Conference 2025, and it'll take you right to the site. And then if you look on our Facebook marketing, anybody that goes on to Facebook, it'll be under Professional Canine. Any of our speakers that we have listed, Travis Lloyd, Brian Dell, Mitch, Nick Hammer, they all have QR codes on their websites also. So that's one of the things that they can go to. So it's all out there. It's easy to find. But if you can't find it there, eventbrite.com. Just look up 2025 Professional Canine Training, and it'll take you right to it. And we're in Hilliard, Ohio.
And so, it looks like professional-K9, like the letter K, number 9.com. Professional-K9.com. And then I think it's also on Justin's site. So you can go to justinrigney.com or K9servicesunlimited.com. And that's K and letter K, number 9.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Is there anything else that you guys would like to share?
I appreciate you guys taking the time and really getting the word out there to all the different trainers that this is going to be a great opportunity for people. So we're really looking forward to having a full house.
Awesome. Anything to add, Justin?
No, again, just grateful for the opportunity. It sounds like it's going to be a great event with a lot of information, a lot of different moving parts of the industry. So definitely looking forward to being there.
Awesome. And the dates, again, Sam, just to make sure everybody knows, November 7th, 8th, 9th. Is that right?
I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I just had to turn to look at my calendar over here. Yeah, 7, 8, and 9 in Hilliard, Ohio. They can also, if you go out on our social media, the Professional-Canine, you can find our vendor sign-up sheets if anybody wants to become a vendor and do the trade show. Reach out to me direct from there, and we'll get you all signed up with a vending space.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Justin, and thank you, Sam, so much for sharing today. I really appreciate your time, and thank you both, of course, for your service and for putting on this event and speaking at this event. I think it's going to be just a great place. I think that the Ohio area is so huge for dog sports. There's probably a lot of trainers there. So get signed up, and thank you everybody for listening. Again, I'm Leanne Shinton from Automation Dogs, and have a great day.
Thanks, Leanne. Justin, thank you, buddy.
My pleasure. Take care, guys.
Yep. See you soon.